Hello, my fellow people with opinions. Welcome to the Willful Critic. I thought today I would begin by ranking my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Keep in mind, this is my top 10 movies, so obviously it's very subjective. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong, or tell me why I'm right, or give me your top 10. So here is my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I have it on my phone, so let me give it to you. Coming in at number 10, Avengers. The Avengers is arguably the greatest comic book movie of all time. The team up of the Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye. It's so awe-inspiring whenever they team up. Before that, there was no moment like it in any superhero movie ever. I just think that movie did such a great job of bringing an ensemble of characters together. Now, you can argue that Avengers would not be as good had it not been for the solo movies leading up to it, but if we're just talking about movies alone, Avengers is my number 10. Number 9, I have Rear Window. For all you other Hitchcock fans out there, you know that he mastered camera angles and suspense. And to me, Rear Window was some of his best work. Some people might think that Rear Window is a little boring because it shoots from the same point of view the whole entire movie from Jimmy Stewart's apartment, but I really like that. It kind of makes you feel closed in and claustrophobic, like you can't know what's fully going on because you're isolated to this one specific geographical location. But man, that movie is so suspenseful, so good. Hitchcock at his best, Jimmy Stewart at his best, Grace Kelly. I mean, what's not to like about Grace Kelly? Number 8, Gladiator. Now, Gladiator came out in 2000. It was Russell Crowe's first Oscar. It won him Best Actor. And Gladiator is one of those movies that it's known as a war movie, and there's a lot of violence in it, but looking back and watching it, there's really not as much gore and violence as I thought when I was younger. Compared to something like Braveheart or 300 or Saving Private Ryan, it's fairly tame compared to those. And there's a lot of dialogue and a lot of non-action in the movie, which I think is where Gladiator is a masterpiece, is its acting and its drama and the score and just the non-action parts of what makes Gladiator so good. Number 7, I have Saving Private Ryan. No movie, I don't think, has ever had the gut-wrenching impact that movie had when I first watched it and watched the troops storm D-Day. I think the tone, the color scale of the movie is very gritty. It makes you feel like you're in the mud, in the trenches with those guys, and I think that was Steven Spielberg at his greatest. Number 6, Avatar. Now this one will probably make a lot of you roll your eyes because you just see Avatar as some CGI fun fest where James Cameron, cared more about graphics and special effects as opposed to plot and storyline. But I think Avatar is one of those movies that I obsessed over it for 2 weeks. I could not stop thinking about it. I want it to be a Na'vi. I want it to be a blue person. Not very many movies have ever done that to me. I think it's awesome. I think it is what you go to the movies for, is to experience something like that. Number 5, I have Interstellar, a movie from 2014 with Matthew McConaughey. I love science fiction, especially space travel, and that movie, it just makes you feel his desperation to save Earth. It confuses you at the end, which I like. To me, it's Christopher Nolan at his finest, and that score is phenomenal as well by Hans Zimmer. One of the best. Number 4, King's Speech. King's Speech is awesome. It's a drama. Colin Firth won Best Actor for it back in 2010 or 2011. It's just one of those movies you have to see. I love that it's based on a true story. Phenomenal acting. Number 3, Man of Steel. Now this one will probably make most of you roll your eyes. It's a very divisive film, however you pronounce that. Some people hate it, some people love it. I gotta be honest with you, the first time I saw it, I was underwhelmed. I thought, this is kind of boring. I'm sick of the flashbacks. Where's the action? I felt like the last half was just kind of exhausting with all the action. What are the consequences for destroying Metropolis? Yada, yada, yada. But after watching it again and again and again, it only got better. And I felt the more emotional weight of Superman's decisions. Having to choose between humans and Kryptonians, and you feel that. And it plays more like a sci-fi drama more than a superhero film, and I love it. Number 2 is a fantastic movie. It made me cry the first time I watched it. I Am Sam with Sean Penn. He should have won Best Actor for it, I think. Phenomenal movie. If you've never seen I Am Sam, it's about an autistic man who has a child who with the mother ran off, and he's forced to raise his child on his own. Well, then what happens whenever his child becomes an age where she has a higher intelligence level than him? Is he still capable of raising her? It raises questions of what do parents need to provide for their children? Such a great movie. Critics only gave this movie like a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is garbage. I think is bogus. If you've never seen I Am Sam, I highly recommend it. And time for my favorite movie of all time. Drum roll. Cinderella Man. Russell Crowe, again, at his finest. He didn't win an Oscar for it, but Cinderella Man, to me, it showcases director Ron Howard's capabilities as a director. Adapted screenplay, so those are harder to make masterpieces anyway, as opposed to original screenplays, because original screenplays, the sky's the limit. You can make up whatever you want. Based on the true story of Jim Braddock, the Great Depression era boxer, you know, underdog story. It's why it's called Cinderella Man, and just the emotional weight you feel of him wanting to provide for his family, but not really having a quote-unquote real job, being a boxer in the Great Depression, where, you know, let's face it, entertainment took a hit, and so you witness his climb back to relevancy in the boxing world. And I mean, it's a boxing movie, yes, but it's more of a family movie. Like, what are you willing to do to provide for your family? And to me, it's just phenomenal. And I'm not a huge Renee Zellweger fan. She kind of annoys me as an actress, but in this movie, I thought she was marvelous. Just to recap: Avengers number 10, Rear Window number 9, number 8, Gladiator, number 7, Saving Private Ryan, number 6, Avatar, number 5, Interstellar, number 4, King's Speech, number 3, Man of Steel, number 2, I Am Sam, and number 1, Cinderella Man. Now guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe to my channel. And as always, I'll catch you later.